Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex, and today QUBIC, they were kind enough to sponsor this video. They asked me to share with you the huge sale they have happening right now, celebrating their 17th anniversary. They've had some great sales in the past, but this one, I'll put it out there now, it easily tops them all. So with that luck, hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we will do here. Join our growing family, and let's get started. So first up, it's not a traditional sale. This requires you to own one of the following 4 games showing on screen right now to gain access. Don't fancy any of these? The best option is going to be download Coloring Book. That is completely free, and boom, you have access. Now the idea of this sale, it's 17 games at 17 cents USD or Euro, and then 17 games at $1.70 or €1.70 as well. If you are in other regions though, do not worry, this sale is for you too, but that price may vary slightly. Here though, I'll be covering pricing in the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. So they contacted me and they said break down my favourites, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to kick things off with Beaks, a cyberpunk side-scrolling action RPG with this extremely just adult storyline. It's well worth a look if you fancy that futuristic tone. It's also pretty difficult honestly as well. While it has combat and options, think like all-out action or stealth, I do say with this one, come for the story and its world, the huge amount of dialogue, the characters. It's just this great tale of a young woman who's being hunted by an organisation for her abilities. Expect though here a whole lot of items, weapons, skills, hacking, and I just don't think you can go wrong at this price. So another personal favourite, then a game I've spoken about countless times, Akane, hidden gem through and through. This is another cyberpunk drenched experience where the idea is simple enough. You find yourself in Mega Tokyo, katana in hand, and there's just a whole lot of Yakuza that are out to get you. That's it. Go get them, kill them all, and it's just as addictive as it sounds. It's an arena-based arcade hack and slash with one-hit kills and a whole lot of challenges to complete in fact, but it never really changes from beginning to end. Fortunately, the abilities, the equipment, the high score chasing just absolutely keeps you hooked. So the Bit.Trip series then is also on sale, all 6 entries, and this is one I played myself back on my feet. I picked up the physical collection from Limited Run Games and I've been an addict ever since. A simple enough idea, it's rhythm action, though I will say each entry varies just slightly in its gameplay style, so maybe check out a few, dedicated videos. My choice though, pick up, run at, sprint, platform, slide your way through this world in time to the beat as the awesome Commander video. It's my favourite honestly as well because it was my first ever, experience in this universe. It was my first exposure to the series. Overall though, I love the music and I love the cartoon-like pixel visuals as well. So with a similar idea then, we've got Race, Die, Run. Switches out the music for more think high speeds and lots of obstacles that make you go boom. Think die, die and die again as you try to simply survive a run. So it's for sure designed for those that like, the trial by fire kind of approach to gaming, or that addictive personality, which you're probably guessing by now I'm an absolute sucker for. Not a lot else I can say honestly, a simple little 3D experience that's going to be good for those pick up and play moments, and it's especially good in handheld. So beat 'em up fans, Coffee Crisis is one of the strangest side-scrolling beat 'em ups out there, so think the likes of Double Dragon, Streets of Rage. Here though, you're not some badass student of martial arts, rather a barista who's found out the world is under attack from aliens and they want to basically take Earth's most prized commodities, our goods. So think our metal music, the coffee and all of the Wi-Fi. The gameplay is solid though, and throw in then an old school metal soundtrack, tons of enemies, power-ups and just single or local co-op as well, and this is going to be a good one for those that simply want to beat down on a few enemies. So what I would call a bit of a sales classic now, Mana Spark, an action RPG with roguelike elements. Think top-down pixel style action here, but then throw in procedural generation, a decent selection of weapons, and yeah, get out into this world and overcome evil because, well, of course, you'll also though along the way be rebuilding your guild's village. Some have said with this one the controls take a little while to get used to. That wasn't the case for me, but I think once you get it, it's a great time. And yeah, there's also a decent challenge with this one. You'll probably get a good 6 to 8 hours of gameplay, and then even then there's still going to be a lot to uncover. I don't think you can really go wrong again like every game, given the prices on today's list, but this one is a title that just kind of stuck with me personally, and it even has some paid DLC which I would suggest you look into as well. A roguelike now then, and this is an overlooked gem as well, Blazing Beaks, where this one just excels is in its game options. There's a story mode, daily, where it changes things up daily, pretty obviously. Challenges, tournament mode for 2 to 4 players, locally, deathmatch, 1 gun mode, seeded, and there's actually a few more as well. It even though has 10 playable characters who look great with the clean pixel style. Even the story's fun as you kind of take out invaders, but what really makes this one stand out is its element of greed. That is because here there's a whole lot of loot, but the loot is bad, so the more you take, the more it's going to impact you and can potentially lead to your death. So yeah, choose your loot wisely. So Utopia 9 is a game I hadn't thought about in a while honestly, but if you like your twin stick shooters, this is going to well be worth a look. It has this decent tongue-in-cheek storyline as well that really appealed to me. Basically you go on vacation, this place is a scam, and now you need to survive the onslaught to get your chance to sue the travel agency. And yeah, this roguelike adventure is another overlooked one. It's on the short side honestly, but I don't think you can really complain given the price point. And then when you factor in it's got local co-op, 40 weapons, new abilities and achievements, there's a lot of reasons still to keep on coming back after you see those end credits. Next up then we get Tharsis, perhaps the most unique experience on today's list and incredibly challenging. I'm going to put that out there now. A survival strategy in space, but what makes it unique, it is turn-based, but your outcome relies on the roll of a dice. Also the tagline here, like space, die and cannibalism. It's not going to take it easy on you, and I think it pretty much like sets that expectation from the very beginning. But yeah, you're setting out on a mission to Mars, you're tracking down this rogue signal, who sent it, where are they, what is going on. Think here, almost board game, and yeah, you get the idea as you attempt to keep this crew alive, and it can be absolutely brutal. Alright, so Hyper Parasite then, a roguelite twin stick shooter with a big focus on character variety. In fact there's 60 all with varying abilities. Here though we get this 80s infused neon soaked dystopian world where you take on the role of a monster out to basically destroy the place, but you have the ability to snatch bodies. That's where the fun comes in. A great synthwave soundtrack though accompanies the gameplay. There's 2-player local support, there's 5 acts to kill your way through, and I know this is well liked by many and there's plenty of reviews out there if you want to check them out. So I just want to point out a quick one now, not a brain buster, perhaps one of the easiest ways to spend 15 minutes or an hour playing minigames. A brain teaser of an experience, it's simple enough. The cube you stand upon, it's going to give you these instructions, so think like not right, not left, not up, and so on. It's a lot harder than it sounds in the moment, and while there's not much else to the gameplay really, or at least to say about it, it does support local play for up to 4 players, and I did find this was a good one for those that maybe don't, traditionally game in your household. Alright, so the final 2 games of this video then, slightly more expensive but brand new titles easily worth the cash. First, Dungeontop. I still haven't actually beaten this one myself, it's one I put an hour in here and there, but it's going to be for you deck building fans. For me, what sold me was the almost darkest dungeon visual style, but what kept me coming back was all this dungeon crawling, the card deck battles, the different hero classes, the 800 cards, the achievements, the treasure to find, the shops to upgrade, and the list goes on. You'll get a ton of playtime with this one as you try to perfect that run, and I strongly suggest it. So the final game then, Door Kickers, and while there was an arcade sequel called Action Squad, this is of the more serious variety. Think top-down strategy where you command a SWAT team and you get the idea. I picked this up on release date and I was addicted taking on the role of this anti-terrorist squad. It's got a lot going on, but the controls are great and it's all real time. You can pause if you need to, but it just gives you complete freedom over how you approach these scenarios, how you save the day. On top of that then, for replayability, it has a random mission generator, there's multiple classes, and then there's a whole lot of squad setup as well to really top things off. And that is just a small taste of all the QUBIC deals happening right now. If you want to learn about more games that are on sale from them, head to QUBICgames.com/17. That will give you a full breakdown of everything. They even though have a giveaway over there right now where they're giving away 17 $100 or Euro gift cards for the eShop, and winners they'll be drawn on March 19th. So while you're over there, I'd suggest you probably throw your name in the hat for that too. With that though, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I will link it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we will do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.